Okay guys, today we're going to check out, see why this thing will not stay running and why it's idling so high. It's a 2017 TaoTao scooter. It's the Bentelli, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, we're going to take a look at this, see what's going on, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so yesterday I did check the fuel pump. It is working. It does leak some fuel down in there, so something's going on at the bottom of this thing. So we got to pull this carburetor off. And I noticed this carburetor is very loose, so it could be sucking air there. But let's go ahead and let me get a screwdriver for that. Yeah, that was very loose. Could be sucking air there. Move that vacuum line out of the way there. They didn't even have this tight, so let's go ahead and unhook this throttle cable. Go. Move that out of the way, wherever it wants to go. All right. Now, there is a line down on the bottom of here. Right there. This is coming from the fuel pump. Let's go ahead and take this off. Put it up there out of the way. Here's the carburetor. Not entirely sure, but I think that's supposed to run down underneath the bike. This one down here, because in case it starts flooding out. So let me take a look at this carburetor and let's see what's going. I'll see if I can find out what's going on with it, and we'll go from there. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Okay, so it was idling really high because I think they had that auto screw turned all the way in and trying to keep it running. But if you're, whatever you're working on, your vehicle or go-kart, mini bike, whatever it is, if it's not idling right or doing what it's supposed to be doing, where the idle's set just about where it should be, there's an issue. Turning the idle up is not going to fix anything. So let's take this apart, see what's going on with this. Could be a stuck float. I don't know. There is some dirt down in there, so it could have a clogged jet. This is the fuel pump. Not the fuel pump, the accelerator pump. So it looks like the float seems to be set okay on it. So I think the float will be alright. I think our next step is to pull this jet out. Let me grab a screwdriver. I was hoping just the jet would come out, but we gotta check this anyway. Alright, I need to get a little wrench or pair of pliers or something to take the jet itself out. I guess it's the... Ow! Damn it. I'm just looking up through if I can see daylight, and I can. So let me get something so I can hold this, take that jet out, and check the jet. The carburetor looks good, but I don't know why it would have been coming out this overflow. We're gonna see what number that is on there. I got a jet kit. Yeah, it's wide open. I may put a little bigger jet in it later on, but okay, so that's nice and free. I'm gonna check this one here. I can blow through it and I can see through it, but yeah, I can see straight through that. Okay, so let me see if I can magnify this somehow with the camera, and let's see what number's on that. The number right around the edge of that, just kind of in case I want to change the jet later. I can't really tell, but it is free, so I want to put this back in here. And I think I see a tiny bit of crud there. I'm going to spray this out with some starting fluid. I don't have any brake clean. Oh, no. Uh-oh. That's never good. I'm going to spray them passages out and blow them out with some air, and I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so I set the float just to make sure it's right. Everything's cleared out. Now this thing that I thought was in case it flooded out, it would come out here. Some of them are like that, and some have a little screw in here that you can back out and drain this, and it comes out there. This is just wide open in there. So why that's done like that, I don't know. I don't know if there was a hose with a knob down below that you could turn like a little valve to open this up and drain your float bowl. That's in case you get a little water or something in it, or you suspect some water. Sometimes you can just drain your float bowl because water goes to the bottom. Always goes to the bottom. It's light, or it's heavier than gas. So we're just going to plug that off, and we're going to see what happens But I did check this. What this does is it doesn't actually choke. See, a choke would like block this off. So this doesn't do that. What this does, like I said yesterday, if you saw yesterday's video, kind of like a metering valve. When you energize it, this opens up a little valve in here, which I took this off, checked it. There's no dirt anywhere in this thing. It opens this up and just lets more fuel go into it. So it's kind of like a cold engine. If you don't choke it, you know, you got to add more fuel, and that's what this does. And then after so long, this lets it go back closed, or after it starts or whatever, however it works, it lets it go back closed. I plugged it into the only plug I seen up there, and that's not it, or this thing's not working, one of the two. I'll have to check that, but right now we're just going to I'm gonna put this back together and see what's happening, see if we have fixed anything. I checked the I did get that float out. I don't think I got to film that, but I had to use a pair of vice grips on that screw that holds the float in. But I forget what I was saying. So anyway, yeah, we'll see if this the main jet, the mixture screw, it was out 1.5 turns, and that's about right. I brought it out 1 3/4, because any carburetor to start with, you can start 1.5 to 2 turns, so that's enough to get your engine to run, and then you fine tune it from there. So I'm gonna find excuse me, I'm gonna find something, a piece of hose or something, block this off, and then we'll see if it fills up with fuel. So that could be why it wasn't getting no fuel. It was just running straight out when it was going into it. They thought it was flooding, because they had a pair of vice grips on the fuel line, trying to get that to stop putting all that fuel down in there. You don't do things like that. If you're seeing visible fuel somewhere and it ain't supposed to be there, you know, don't put vice grips on it and think you're gonna fix it, because it's not gonna work ever. Okay guys, this is what I was talking about here. Right here at the bottom of the float bowl. You loosen that and you can drain your float bowl out. Drain the gas, water, whatever's in there. You know, if you think you got a little bit of water, you can unscrew that a little bit and it'll start draining out. Now, this one's just wide open, so I don't get it. So I'm gonna put this on here, and I'm gonna plug this off with a bolt, and then I'll be back with you. Okay guys, so this is what I did. This one's blocked off, so I just ran it like that instead of putting a bolt in it. That should work, and maybe that's what's supposed to go. I'm not for sure. I can't remember how my other one was. But let's go ahead. Let's put this on here, and we are going to, let me grab my screwdriver over here. We're going to tighten that down, and we'll hook up the fuel line, give it a couple cranks. And then we're going to see what happens. Okay, that's tight. Now, we're going to crank this over. We should see fuel squirt out of this hose here. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but this hose, we should see fuel squirt out of there. Well, I got to hook up the pulse tube. Alright, there's that. Now, now we should see fuel come squirting out of there. And there it is. Yes, that's 2-stroke gas, but I just have a little bit in it, and it's not going to hurt anything, guys. So let's go ahead and hook this back up. Like that. Let's crank it over a few times. I see something dripping down in here. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I think it's the yeah, the accelerator pump. I had to hold my hand over that to start it since this is not hooked up, so I essentially made a choke out of my hand. Taillight's working, headlight's working, high and low beam, that's cool. So I'm going to take this back off real quick, flip it over, and make sure that's tight on that accelerator pump. Okay, it is leaking around the accelerator pump, and I can see someone's been in here. It wasn't us, so I bet we'll find no gasket there. And it's super tight, so yeah, someone probably took this off without knowing what to look for. What this does is keep it from hesitating when you like go up to full throttle real quick. It keeps it from going boom, boom. It'll go boom. It gives it an initial squirt of fuel. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna mess around with this, see if I can keep it from leaking. A little bit of dirt there. That could cause it. So let me see if I can get this sealed up so it's not leaking so bad, and then we'll try to take it for a little ride. Okay guys, so I made a little gasket. Seems to be working okay now. So I got a little breather I'm going to stick on here. And I'm going to hook up the throttle cable. And we're going to take it for a ride. See how well it runs. Okay guys, I got you on the GoPro, you're on the handlebar. Let's start this up and let's take it for a little ride. See how well it does. Fired right up. running pretty good. Only doing about 30. We'll have to fix that. Alright, sounds like the belt or something slipping, feels like to me. So we'll have to check that out too. Alright, run good. Let's shut it off, see if it'll start again. Fired right up. Okay. Yeah, it just feels like clutch or something slipping. Stalled there. May have to turn the idle up a little bit. Didn't really adjust it. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a belt in there or if it's, I can't remember, or if it's gear drive or chain drive. I'll have to check. I'll do some research on that. But right now it's running pretty good. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like it's got a little oil leak or something. Maybe it's coming out of here. Whoa. Anyway, so I'll have to pull that cover off, check that out. That'll be in another video. We'll see what's behind there, and we'll see why. It seems like it's slipping to me, but we'll see. I'll see how that is. I'll research it and I'll let you guys know. So anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm going to say, Shea Bear, the myth, the man, legend. I'm gone for now. We'll see you on the next one. I don't know when I'll get back on this. I need to do this thing right here. Air conditioner needs to be done so she can drive it around. But yeah, I mean, I may be able to build something out of this thing. We'll see what the other one's like. Maybe we'll build two or just use one for parts and then resell. It depends on if Monkey wants to keep it. If she wants to keep it, then I'll paint it. If not, I'll just sell it and make a little profit and make some videos for you guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching again. Appreciate it. Have a great week, everyone. Bye bye. Stay safe.